What's going on, traders? Welcome to the channel. My name's John. That's Groot, who has a message, apparently. We trade options here. All right, AMC. Oh my goodness. The momentum, the volatility, everything is wild. So, what I'm noticing as we look at the AMC call put options activity, this actually could have an impact on determining the next price level. So, we need to look at that. I'll explain this a little further so you can get some better understanding. A couple things to note, especially. First, we want to get this out to the community. So smash the like button. I'm so bad at asking for that. I even sound horrible. Smash the like button. Okay, to get this out to the community, hit the like button. But also, if you don't like it, leave me some feedback. Leave a comment, hit the dislike, whatever. But the more we can get this out to the community, the more important it is. It needs to get out there. So please do it. Second of all, not financial advice. I do not provide any financial advice, anything for you to follow. I just really want you to see what happens, what goes through my head, what I'm looking at, how I trade options for income. And then if there's questions, my goal is to provide education. So ask whatever questions you got, but I want to tell it like it is, show you what I'm seeing, and present the data as it comes. So let's talk about the 5-minute chart in AMC. You're seeing just recently, literally yesterday, we were talking about the 50 level being kind of like a psychological resistance, and apparently that's not even a thing. We just blasted past that. It was no biggie, and now new level is the 65 level. So that's where we kind of topped out at today. Lots of big money trying to keep us under that, and there's a reason. I'll talk about that in a second. But this trend line is going to be important. There are 3 days left until the monthly expiration cycle, and that is triple witching. Basically, all you need to know, monthly expiration cycle is usually the most activity and lots of volatility, and we are definitely seeing that here with this. So let me jump into Webull. I'm going to talk about a couple things, and also we'll talk about the options chain here. But first off, I started this Webull account recently. I thought it'd be kind of cool, like our $1,400 stimulus check. Maybe start with it. Let's see how it goes. Originally, I wanted to buy some crypto, and I couldn't get the one I wanted. So now let's pivot, baby. Turn this into $5,000. I took out $2,000 recently. You can see this cash transfer here. But my goal was to kind of start over. I wanted to show that it is possible, even with just one of the stimulus checks, to start growing this, grow wealth, grow a income that is outside of the 9 to 5. So if you think that's cool, let me know in the comments. I'm curious what your thoughts are. Should I continue with this? If you think it is a good idea, then I will continue. Probably do like a weekly update, maybe monthly. I'm not sure. Let me know. I want to get your feedback and your thoughts because that's really important to me. And if it is worth it and it makes sense, then I'm totally for it. And we'll jump into this together. All right. So let's talk about AMC. Let's look at this market, the options chain, June 18th. This is 3 days from today, and there is a lot going on. So just to explain this, calls are on the left, puts are on the right, strike prices in the center. And what this is saying is as we go lower, ironically, that's actually higher strike prices. And at the money right now, we're at 59.04. So this 59 strike where there are calls and puts, this is basically at the money at the moment. Now, on the call side, we're going to go out of the money by going higher. So if we go to like 60, 61, 62 and higher, 100, those are out of the money. And there are big bets basically that are trying to say like, hey, can we get to that level? And then on the other side, on the put side, as you go lower to 55, 50, 45, those are out of the money puts. The bet here is that maybe the stock goes down. That'll increase the value of the puts, but if the stock goes higher, we'll actually increase the value of the calls. And now we're going to talk about something important, which is the volume of this activity. And I find this very interesting. There's a massive dichotomy. Usually it's a skew to the put side, but this is actually on the call side for AMC. Now let's talk about this here. At the money at the $60 level, we're seeing 81,000 calls that changed hands. That is wild. Okay. Now on the flip side here, let's just say the almost at the money puts here, 59 strike or even the 60 strike, you're seeing 23,000. Or about 8,000. So even adding those together, you're at about 30,000 puts changing hands. This one is more than double that at 81,000 calls just at the 60 strike alone. Okay, now let's break out to more levels. As you just kind of follow the volume, you don't even have to look at the strike price until we get to here. Okay, this one is the next big one, 39,000. So 40,000 calls changed hands here. That's the 65 strike, right? So we were talking about that being an important level. You're clearly seeing this in the market right now. And as you keep going higher, let's keep breaking out higher, higher. 70, okay, 48,000. There's 50,000 calls at the 70 strike. And again, we just keep going, right? Now let's talk about this. We said that the market got up to almost $65 a share, and then big money tried to push it down lower. There is a reason. There's a very clear reason why that happened. And I'll go to that so you can see this, right? You can see at the topping out action here, massive amounts of money came in to sort of bring this lower and lower and lower. And these short ladder attacks, they try and take out stop losses. They get the emotions going. You know, if you're watching this in real time, your worst enemy is your emotions, because you start seeing this drop and you might start freaking out like, oh, I'm losing all my profits, right? So that is the idea. Hedge funds, they understand human psychology, and that's why this 65 strike level is really important, because there's 40,000 calls that changed hands here. And so there's big bets that could pin the stock towards this level. There's massive bets at the 70. Look at that, 50,000 calls. So there's a potential to pin this stock much higher. And so what hedge funds want to do, as they know this, they don't want to let this stock get to this price level, right? So keep that in mind. It's psychological warfare. There's a big battle there. And let's just break out even higher. So next kind of big one, look at this, 50,000 call options, 100 strike. Oh my goodness, 100 strike. I mean, there's you're telling me there's a chance. That's wild. And then as we go out even higher, 145 strike. I mean, 80,000 calls. Okay, there's 80,000 calls. Now, if you understand something called pin risk, basically it's almost tied similar to a gamma squeeze, where if the stock keeps moving higher, if we would have broke past 65 today, the market maker would have provided more fuel to the fire. They would have had to buy a bunch of shares. Basically, they buy 100 shares to cover, you know, one call contract in case someone exercises. We're getting close to expiration, so as you get closer, there's a bigger chance for people to exercise their contracts, and you don't want to take on that risk. So that's kind of something that, as a market maker, you need to hedge your bets. Make sure you're providing liquidity at the same time, and you want to basically pocket the difference in the spreads. And if you're not doing a good job, that could really ruin you as a market maker. So they know what they're doing, and so also hedge funds know that they don't want that to provide fuel against them. So keep that in mind. Again, drop the like, but hit a subscribe, and then I need to know, what do you think? Do you think I should continue this Webull saga account, and would it be a good learning opportunity for you, for everyone, for you, for me, for the community? And if so, I'd appreciate that. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.